to see a lot of wrong in their lineup. They have the Farsa, Esmeralda, Benedetta. It's a wombo combo, a high potential for a wombo combo from we're seeing from Aether main, but then at the same time, individually in skirmishes, that's a lineup that also does really well for Aether.
And speaking of lineups, I do believe that this Thams is a little bit forced, considering that the Yuzhong was banned.
True.
And the Paquito was banned as well, so there weren't a lot of fighters in the option list in terms of dealing damage and healing damage, or maybe just tanking damage in general. And I feel like Thamus was one of the bottom tier picks the moment Yuzhong and Paquito was banned.
Yeah, I saw there for a moment that U-Level was actually hovering over the Baksha. I mean, we can't dwell too much on the what-ifs, but that Baksha pick could have been really good because it would have countered the region that the Esmeralda had. Nav immediately giving information here for Patrick Vera Esports, again, Aether main, as to where the Hayabusa of U-Level is right now. So that's information given. Someone's going to be looking for a play here as Docman spots out UG. They're going for two men here in the gold lane to start it off. Both teams, both supports of the teams actually just giving room here for their somewhat carries for Aether main, the Benedetta, and definitely one of the carries here for U-Level, Travis Brody.
Yeah, and so far, looking at Aether main right now, I feel like they're playing this a little bit more reserved compared to how they played Game 1. But looks like first blood will just immediately happen here in the bottom side with Cram going down. Flicker's still up, by the way.
And they're going to be happy for that. At least Cram, when he comes back here, if it gets a little bit too risky, he'll have the Flicker to get away here. But that's a bad start for U-Level, immediately losing their gold laners. Who's going to be behind? Look at that stun coming in from Tian and Docman as well, forcing out the Flicker from Navs. Atlas using second skill just to get away from that. Oko is here, has the buffs and level 4. First turtle up in this game, and U-Level, they can secure it, but definitely is going to be much harder for them.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for Limit Breakers here to secure a good position in the turtle, considering that they're facing a Farsa who's about to turn level 4. The moment this Farsa turns level 4 and grants access to that Feathered Airstrike, it's going to be extremely hard for them to set up for objectives, considering the range of the Feathered Airstrike. But looks like here in the mid lane, a fight will about to break out.
Dogman gets stunned, he gets damaged, rained down upon, and that's 2 kills to start off this game here for Aether main as we go into the first turtle of the game. You mentioned it, that Feathered Airstrike coming in big here for Aether.
Yeah, range of damage, that's all you need if you want to secure a good position near the turtle. But looks like the turtle will be secured here by Tigasin even without the retribution. And now we see PvE with a slight gold lead against Limit Breakers here. I think around 800. Again, this is very small as a fight breaks out here in the Riverside.
There goes the Fatal Lynx. Not that fatal. Able to bring Dogman down low enough, but he's able to hit level 4. It has that region to bring him back to a respectable health amount. And now U-Level here have to look for whittling down towers. They need to start dealing damage to towers here. Yes, Aether main hasn't been able to do a lot of that, but since they have the lead here, that's how U-Level can potentially make a bit of a comeback before the next turtle spawn.
Yeah, and the gold lead is looking to grow for Aether so far. It's a 1v1 happens at top side, but I feel like that's going to be a little bit irrelevant considering that both are very tanky. But looks like the 1v1 turns into 2v1 as the Roger forces the Flicker out of Escanor.
That is a good decision here for U-Level. Escanor cannot go down, but then Aether main are going to be happy with the fact that Tams has lost his Flicker. So now this is a 3 versus 2 situation in the bottom lane because Dogman immediately looking for UG, forcing out the wings by wings, gets caught out. Feathered Airstrike already committed, but they cannot get UG fast enough. Benedetta goes down though. That's a small win here for U-Level, but Nav coming in, looking to get a pick off, cannot get the Crab. Dogman with the space out. That's gonna be it for that.
Yeah, and that evens out a little bit of gold with Limit Breakers getting a kill there in the bottom side. And I just love on how they forced the Farsa to just go out to a safe distance first before dealing damage. That delayed a lot of DPS for PvE. And the moment that they delayed it, they bought themselves time to just get that 1 kill and call it a day.
You know, that's a very worrying sight to see, that turtle buff on the Esmeralda, but that's a more worrying for Aether Main as they lose their tank. The turtle has already spawned. Gets started now by Escanor, and U-Level look to secure the second turtle. The stun and the damage onto Sherby. That electric arrow coming in from that Eudora is coming in big here for U-Level. Let's see who's gonna get this turtle. Already started. Thought it was getting reset here. Even the turtle's kind of confused, but that's gonna be going onto Roger right now. Shadowkill gets committed, gets to take out the Farsa, but that's a 1-for-1 trade. Turtle secured here by U-Level, or actually by Aether Main. They get to secure another kill. They're winning this fight, but they're also running low. They have to find the balance here. Decide whether they're gonna back out or fight. They decide to back out. They're happy with that result.
Yep, and you can't complain if you already got the turtle. Not getting kills with that turtle is already a little bit too greedy to think about. And for PvE, again, we talked about discipline in game 1. They still hold the same discipline in this game 2. After getting that turtle, they realize that the risk is higher. There's more to lose. And even if they won that team fight, what's next? There's no objective to get.
That objective, again, secured by Aether Main. Good point that you brought that up once again. The discipline by these two teams, with Aether Main a little bit more disciplined. You're sort of seeing the cracks in their strategy here. Dogman's gonna walk into the wrong place. That feathered, oh no! The Fatal Link somehow connects. Feathered airstrike committed, and 2 members of U-Level go down right at the tip of the Fatal Links. Nav able to secure it. Dian and Dogman go down, and I'm sure this turret is going to Aether.
Man, Hitbox Jesus blessed that Atlas. And the moment he got those 2 people, it just immediately gave Aether the advantage that they needed in that fight. And even if they set it up well, they even executed better. And now we're seeing Benedetta just clearing out the minion waves here in the bottom side. I think they're setting up already for the turtle, because the turtle will be spawning a few seconds from now. And in the mid lane, this fight will take forever. This fight will even take it to game 3 if it does exist.
Oh no, Aether Main lost Yuji there in the mid lane. Good sense there by YNG to go for the kill on that Farsa. Gives U-Level a little bit more room to work with in positioning around that turtle that you mentioned is about to spawn. They're going to start it out here. Farsa's going to try to get there just in time, but the Retribution at this point is going to be way too high. The damage deal, but it's actually Atlas that secures the turtle somehow.
Hitbox Jesus!
Once again, bless up Atlas. That is 3 kills already for U-Level. Crab could be going down. They don't get to secure the stun there. Here comes Nav, not going to be going for it. Oh no, that went south for U-Level. They had the Retribution, they used it. But somehow, I think it was just a moment too early, and Atlas blessed. Blessed as hell. And Nav, I feel like, we already saw how Nav is just feeling it today, especially in game 1. It looks like in game 2 it carries on as the fight breaks out here. And Escanor is almost falling down, but again, this is the healing potential. The healing factor won't even matter anymore as the Roger takes him down. Shadow kill here, Reptars. Look like ULVL will just back out. Oh no, U-Level, we got a feel for them. There's something about Game 2 and Turtle Steals. We saw it in the first series, and now it's Game 2. We saw another Turtle steal here. Now this time coming from Aether Main, who have a very good lead going into this part. Top turret going down soon. Dogman forced to go back using the ultimates. Did Aether Main do just so that they can secure that turret? They back off. Good result for them.
It was just a bad game to play Sylvana. Right now, 0-4 into Dogman, not really enjoying this. And again, they are already 1 game behind Aether. And if they lose this, they will have to play a little bit more games to stay alive in this main qualifiers. And 4 limit breakers right now for ULVL. I feel like their way to win is a little bit I wouldn't say possible, of course, but it's going to be extremely hard considering that Eudora isn't exactly one of the mages that you want to see behind. The moment that Eudora goes behind, that damage won't really be felt that much.
Yeah, and there's a lot of sustained at lifesteal in the lineup of Aether main. And again, Dian is going to be an X factor here for U-Level for them to come back. Let's see if U-Level can somehow steal this Lord away, but with the Atlas there, I won't be surprised if even Nav gets to secure the last hit onto the Lord. But the Imperial Justice gets committed already with the Fatal Links as well. Gets to secure one kill.
Oh, no.
Just now, no, it's Nav that goes down. No one down yet, but that's a 1-for-1 trade. Escanor running down real low, but the Conjured Inferno keeps him up. U-Level have turned this fight around, and they might just secure this Lord. UG forced to flicker out their double kill for Cram, and a kill for Dian, and a turnaround for U-Level, who will be able to secure this Lord.
Aether main has no fatal links in that fight, only fatal errors. And now, this Lord will fall to the hands of Limit Breakers, and Eudora finally relevant again with another item pickup. Look at those items, it's just raining in, and look at that gold lead, insignificant anymore, and it will only balloon for Limit Breakers, and this is the comeback that Limit Breakers have wished for. And I just said that this will be a hard task, and they just showed me that they can.
An absolutely massive gold swing and a massively miscalculated jump from Tigasin, who was trying to get away unstoppable. The swing and the turnaround is real, looking real for U-Level right now as they're marching in closer to the base of Aether main. We might see a game 3. Sure B needs to get away, heal up, torn apart memory, not able to burst them down enough, but enough for them to go back and turn their attention in the top lane. U-Level, the swing and the turnaround. It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. This is the anime moment that we were talking about early on. They are finally breaking their limits, finding the targets, finding the opportunities, and not even just finding it, creating opportunities. That play coming in from Escanor was massive. 50 HP, still alive in that fight, bought so much time for Limit Breakers that they found kill after kill after kill, and then the Lord.
They have to respect Cram's Brody now, who has the Blade of the Heptases, who has the Berserker's Fury, already built up the Athena shield for a little bit more sustain from magic damage. U-Level,
oh no,
they are in a definite spot. Sure spot to potentially end the game in a victory, but it's still a relatively close game. A 3k gold lead, but the sheer damage output and the sustain that Aether main has as well on their side can now, they have the opening, to go for a turnaround for themselves.
This might be the last team fight if they ever do pull the trigger here, and everyone's just hiding from each other. If one mistake happens here, it's going to be a domino effect. If Nav steps out of that bush, it might just be the end. But looks like he will find Dokbin instead, and the end is Nai Reptar.
There goes the Feather. They're striking the Fatal Links as well, but Aether main, it seems like it's fallen apart. They started out there engaged, but they're the ones going down. Escanor with the Conjured Inferno, almost taking out someone there in the back lane. Tigasin almost going down. Sure B, though, could be up next here. Monster kill. That's going to be a 2-for-1 trade as Sure B took out Dian as we were focusing on the action in the mid, but now U-Level has the lead. It's 4 versus 3. Aether main, if they play this wrong, they might be seeing a game 3 here, but now Oko and Tigasin, look at the damage coming out from the Shadow Kill and from the Brody as well. All they could do was stand and watch.
No counterplay for that kind of damage in the mid lane, and looks like the turrets are the next targets for Limit Breakers here. Only 3 turrets left for PvE, and looks like they're opting to push all lanes, investing 3 members in the mid lane and 1 each on the top side and the bottom side. All minion waves are already pushing against the favor of Aether here, as Lord will spawn in less than 30 seconds.
That Benedetta, Esmeralda, and Hilda need to watch out for that Shadow Kill. We're getting close to the late game where we're expecting Hayabusa's damage to fall off, but since the nature of the lineup of Aether main, they're quite squishy, that Hayabusa can definitely tear them up if they're not careful. 8 seconds until the Lord spawns here. Yeah. Omi, brave prediction. Who do you think is going to take this Lord?
Oh no, you know what? I feel like Nav's luck has ran out already. Looks like Hitbox Jesus won't be at his side unless he proves me wrong, of course, as the Lord will be started by Limit Breakers. The Atlas, he finds one.
Not using the Fatal Link just yet, going for the counterplay, but now it's way too early! His luck has definitely run out, but Aether Main still have the health. Escanor gets knocked up. Here comes Benedetta. Electro final blow. There goes Tams. He's going home. That YNG Hayabusa using the Shadow Kill to try to get some kills, but it's only two left for you level. Aether Main have turned it around. Now for them, YNG dashing in and out with the clones, trying to survive, but he goes down. The turnaround this time for Aether Main, Womi.
The counterpunch to the counterpunch, and Hitbox Jesus died for the sins of PvE. 4 people alive for PvE as they take down the Lord. And Nav dying in that fight was you know what? It wasn't insignificant. A lot of resources was burned into killing off that Atlas, and that sacrifice was worth it.
Definitely. And now it's Aether Main's turn to march with the Lord, who has definitely blessed their team. Just when we thought they were out, they suddenly turned it around. This is the back and forth we deserve to see here in the MPL Philippines main qualifiers for Season 7. We were saying that this is the most hyped and the most stacked qualifiers we've ever had here in the Philippines, and it's living up to its name as the Lord marches in the top lane. Womi, what can we expect?
Lord in the top side, and looks like all of the lanes are now being pushed by PvE. This is a very textbook way to finish the game, but Dogman, why are you lost in the shadows? No Shadow Realm just yet, and looks like mid lane will be falling down to PvE suddenly. They're well on their way to end this game.
Nav diving in really deep. There goes someone into the back line. Can't really see who. Escanor diving in with Conrad and Breno. Middle tower goes down. Immortality already gets picked up by someone there. And now Aether Main with the damage has taken out Escanor on their way to 2-0. And Nav secures the 2-man Fatal Links, the Falling Star Moon, and Dogman falls. YNG could be up next. No game 3, but that's a triple kill, and game it goes to PvE.
Oh man, a 2-man Atlas ult for the 2-0 for PvE, and I just have to say that Nav, he really showed up in this best of 3 series, and Aether Main so far looking great.
They look like